Hello and welcome back for another edition of Tipsy Wednesday, presented from the Penthouse Bar. I'm your host this evening, Thomas, and with me as usual, Björn
Hello.
Junior.
Hello.
And fixed from last week, I actually have the correct background this time, because we
Yes.
had the wrong one last week for the first 8 minutes or so.
Yay.
Yay. We have done the same before on our Norwegian podcast, I think. Then I had this background instead of the Norwegian. Because the logo is the same, it's only the name and the color that's different.
Well, the color is a dead giveaway, though.
Yeah,
It's
it is,
bright
'cause
red.
Bright
other
red
one.
versus, yeah, grey and black. But when we're in podcast modus, we just keep on rolling, no matter what background we have, obviously.
Yes, the one take.
Uh,
Did we ever do retakes?
we have done a couple of times if you fuck up the introductions at the beginning. Other than that, what you see is what you get. What you get. Or what you hear is what you get, basically.
So unless we fuck up in the beginning.
In the
Then-
beginning.
That's correct, dude. But yes.
But I said it intentionally.
Yeah, you did, but you and Junior said it correct while doing the accent you tried to do.
Ah.
And for those who don't know, it's a parody of the former president of South Africa. It is. It's
Yeah.
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 Maybe,
it was,
maybe.
President Zuma, was that his name?
I think
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. It's a meme clip. He tries to say a big number. No, he doesn't.
Yes, it's a big number.
Oh.
The beginning one is the parody.
Ah.
In reality, he couldn't say some huge fucking number. So
Yeah, it was lots of thousands or something, and he couldn't-
millions.
millions, yeah.
Hmm.
And,
And he struggles because you don't know how many zeros is
Yes.
They should probably just have written it though, instead of using the actual numbers.
Yes.
Because I think no matter who you are, if you stare at the paper and there suddenly are like 8 to 9 like numbers,
Digits, yeah.
digits, yeah, you will struggle to figure out what the fuck this is. You have to count the zeros.
It's like that's a weird thing with numbers. Let's say you have 7 million or 70 million. The only differentiating factor there is the amount of digits. So you almost have to read up to that line, and then you'll have to count how many digits to determine how big of a number it is.
Is it 6 or
You have to
7
look
digits?
at the very end of the digits of the number and count to determine, is this 7 million or is it 70 million or is it 700 million?
Yep.
You'll have to count them. So
But when you try to act all professional and you just keep reading off and then you just hit the numbers, it's like, what the fuck? And speaking of numbers,
Yes.
public college, Björn.
yes, did you
just a
guys did you guys know things have gotten more expensive in the modern era compared to the 50s and 60s? Shock and awe. I know.
Also
Nobody
take
knew.
into account how money has the value of money,
Inflation
inflation and
and,
everything as well. So
yeah. So everything taken into account, I saw a Reddit post of someone just putting this into perspective in terms of cost of this applies to America though, for public college, for the education, how much it costs for the boomer generation, and to my knowledge that's people born in the 50s and 60s,
our parents most likely.
most likely, but people born in the 50s and 60s, often called the boomer generation, had to work like considering if you took an example of working minimum wage paid jobs, they would need to work at that job for an average of 306 hours to be able to pay off the college, the student debt, the loan that you accumulated while doing public college. Needless to say, you know where I'm going, millennials, the people born in the 80s and 90s today, that's us and a lot of others. They'll have to pay quite a bit more. In terms of minimum paid jobs, they have to work for 4,400 hours to be able to pay off their student loan in the same run of education in public college. So it's more than, how many times more expensive has it become to do the same thing? It's like they had to work, the boomer generation had to work 300 hours in a minimum wage job to be able to pay off their student loan, while the millennials now has to work for 4,400 hours in minimum wage paid jobs to pay off that student loan, the same one. Just goes to show how inflated things have gotten, and that's not that's just talking in terms of cost of education. And alongside the cost of education, everything has become fucking expensive. So things were easier before. A lot of things were easier before.
But I feel you
Not
have
everything,
to...
not everything, bro.
Not everything, but
some
that's
things.
just one example of someone trying to put this into perspective. But
Yeah,
Go
because
on,
we,
Jim, what?
we live longer because thing has gotten easier, right?
Not
we
only
live
that, I
longer because of modern medicine.
I saw on
No, but holy shit, do you imagine going back into the coal mines with a pickaxe? Yeah.
I saw a YouTube video discussing this, because every generation always says things were better back in my day, or back in the old days, or whatever. So this YouTube channel had done some research, checking how life was in the 50s compared to now, with housing, work, things in the house, everything, household, everything.
The economy in general.
Yeah, not just the company, how things works in the house with the wife and everything, because usually the man provided back in the 50s and the women were at home, not providing, other than doing the household chores and whatnot. And they reckon that things were not as good as they seem in the ads and whatnot, with everyone owning their own little house and whatnot. Because most people, or not everyone, did. And remember, the house were made of asbestos as well.
Yeah.
But it was an interesting watch, though. But they concluded that things actually are better now in almost every way.
It's like if you take a deeper look at things and not go
Yeah.
for the stereotypical things were better back in the day.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, I guess, but economy in general, a lot of things are a lot tougher.
Yeah.
Just
probably.
compared, just costs of living compared to your income. It takes up more. Yes, we've gotten better pay, but the costs of living has increased alongside that as well, and just overshot that to a
that that things increases in price is actually healthy, but maybe not to the degree we have seen in the last 5 years.
2, 3,
2 to
4,
3
4
years,
5
maybe
years.
And now during COVID, it was actually quite good, I think.
Yes,
For
for some
whom?
time maybe. Oh, for whom? Yeah.
The economy in general, prices versus your salary, were quite good during COVID.
During COVID or pre-COVID?
During COVID, because a lot of things were subsidized as well here in Norway.
Yeah, which we are paying for now.
Yeah. But during COVID, it was actually quite good. Now it sucks. But I saw this year is probably the first year that our wages will go up more than the
Inflation and cost of living.
Yeah.
Yeah. I fucking hope so.
They fucking should do so. Because this year everyone can go on strike if they want to.
Yay.
And I bet many people will be striking this year. Because in Norway, basically every other year you can go on strike.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why do you have a rule for striking? Let's all go strike now!
Because every other year we have the main salary discussions or whatever, negotiations.
Yeah.
And the year after you have just a minor, like a minor discussion around it, where they usually agrees on a small extra sum until the year after when you have the big discussions again, negotiations. So yeah.
So
every other year when the big negotiations are going down, we can go on strike.
So let me ask you guys. Are you guys in a what's it called? A
Union.
A union. Yes.
No.
What? Am I the only one in a union then?
Well, it's opposite at my work because I'm basically the only one not in the union at work. Yeah.
What?
Okay. So last time we had they did a strike for 2 or 3 months. I was basically the only security guard at work. And holy hell, I got a lot to do during my work hours. Because I had no support.
Yeah.
I was on my own. It was like, there's a thief there, and he has a whole trolley full of stuff that he stole. And I was like, I'm gonna go get him, and then he had 2 friends. And I was trying to keep the main suspect, and then one of his friends just took the trolley and walked off, and I was like, holy fuck, come back here!
What the fuck?
And I had to call the cops to get some help. And they took their sweet ass time to get out there. And by that time, I had lost all 3 of the fucking dudes plus the trolley. So
what the fuck? Yeah. Well, I don't know what to say about that.
it was some really hard months for me at work.
But hey, go unions for fighting for better pay against our employers.
Yeah.
Because that's basically what it is. The unions go together to negotiate better pay and or better work terms for the employees.
I think the work terms are usually staying the same in Norway because they're quite
good. Usually.
So it's mainly the hourly rate they discuss and some extras.
Yeah, it's mainly economy. Just how much do you get paid for the same amount of work? Or you catch my drift.
Yeah. I should actually join the union, but while during the strike you get lower pay, right? Because you get your strike money. And
do you know the union skims the top of your salary as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
It skims 1% for being unionized.
Mm-hmm.
Like in general, like average, it's 1% of your.
But that is basically what you get back when you are during strike, because they pay you money while striking.
Yes.
Your salary, it's a little less than your usual pay. And I don't know if that would be good for me as a single dad with 2 kids over 2 or 3 months if things go that far again.
Yeah, that'll be rough to.
So I would just like to stay at work and do my shifts. And compared to last time, I only work day shifts this time around, so I won't have to run around on my own in the evenings at the mall.
Yeah, that's a very valid argument for for not unionizing, because if you're on strike, you're not getting as much paid. And if in this day and age, whenever everything is fucking expensive, we kind of need the money. It's,
but you want your pay to rise as well, right? So
yes. So it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah. So when I get a partner and have an extra income, then I will unionize.
Yeah, but you don't have to unionize to strike, right?
What?
No.
If I want to get paid, I should.
Yeah. But you, as a private person, if like in Thomas' situation, the whole staff goes on strike, right? And you're the only one. Then you could go to your boss and say, I want 10 kroners more each hour. Or I'm going home.
Yeah, but we work under a set rule where everyone in my profession gets the same amount.
Okay, because in the private sector, I could actually do that. If everyone left, then I would just like, I'm the only one working. I want more money. Give me more money, or I will go as well. You are free to do it.
Yeah.
Negotiating your own terms and pay.
Yeah. And many workplaces does that in Norway as well. You negotiate your own pay. When you get the job as well, you get to negotiate your starting pay and whatnot. But for my profession, it's the same for every damn security guard. We fall under a set category, which says that all security guards get this much for doing this job, right?
So
in Norway, we call it tariff. I don't know what that is in English.
It's a national standard, I guess.
Yeah, basically. It's quite safe though, because you don't get underpaid compared to other people and such. It's the same for everyone. So even if I'm not unionized, when they get the raise they want, I get the same raise as well afterwards. So
I guess that's like a big win for people concerned about not getting equal pay for for the same job title, for the same work. It's like, you're pretty damn sure you'll be getting the same paid as your colleague who has the same same education or same
So that's a good thing though.
Yeah, I guess.
Socialism.
Yep. Let's move on to something else.
Yes.
And I don't think this article is actually real, but it's fun nevertheless. Because it might be real in this day and age. I haven't fact-checked it, just so we have that clear. But did you see this article?
The one popping up on screen now. Can you read it?
We will be reading it. I'll just try to not hide Junior behind the picture. There we go. This is a picture of a man dressed as a reindeer with antlers on his head, and he's painted his body to look like a reindeer, although he's standing on 2 feet and not 4. And it says, trans-species man who self-identifies as a deer accidentally shot by hunters. I found it fucking hilarious. Because that might actually happen these days, because you have your furries and everything. You can be whatever you want, right? So if you want to be a deer and dress up as a deer and run around in the forest during hunting seasons, well, you're on your own, dude. What's your take on this?
Did the hunters actually get punished?
As a
crime.
So this is the only thing I've seen of it, and I don't know if it's a hoax or a real news article, because I haven't fact checked it. But I did see this picture with some comments underneath, where like someone called it in, and the police is like, "Oh dear." The comment section was full of funny comments, to say the least.
My take is the hunter did nothing wrong. They hunted the deer and they killed the deer.
Yeah, because he identified as a deer.
Identifying like a deer.
He got the full deer experience. It must have been a treat for him. I also saw this picture with a picture of Yoda underneath, and it said, the furry war begun. It has or something. So yeah.
Well, let me break this down for you guys because I have fact checked this. And it has been, in fact, debunked as fake.
Yeah.
Because this was
No.
originally posted on a fake news website back in 2020.
But it's more relevant now than it was in 2020, though.
Yes, because the fact that we are even in doubt that maybe this is real, it just speaks volumes to how society is today. It's like, this sounds too fucking good, too fucking hilariously unreal to be true, but considering society today, it's like, this could have happened.
This could have happened, yeah.
So, and if this was true, like you said, yeah, he got the full deer experience, I guess. If this was like, and if society went the way of truly embracing and accepting, just
The furries.
no, just identifying you as a person, identifying yourself as something or someone, that becoming a fact, then would that not justify the hunters in just shooting a deer?
Yeah, it certainly
Yeah,
would, in
so-
my opinion.
If we were to truly look beyond the ridiculousness of this is a man just dressing up as a deer, if we were to look past that and go way beyond and just accept that this person, because he, a trans species man, identifies fully as a deer, like fine, he or she is a deer then. Okay, go hunt. It's like, I fucking hope we won't ever go there because holy shit. But a lot of people think we are, but
We're almost
the
there.
world. The world doesn't work like we've all, I think we've mentioned before, just because we identify as a millionaire doesn't mean that's fact. We can't go to the bank and be like, hey, or go to a
I want my millions.
I want my millions because I am a millionaire. That's what I identify as. No, that doesn't make it true. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
I hate to
there's
break
a-
it to you, it's fake news, but the thought of this is hilarious because it doesn't. We were in doubt. I had to fact check this because I was in doubt as well.
I imagining some furry going all the way like, I want the super furry experience. I want to be hunted.
I want to be hunted down and shot.
Yeah. And
That's
hunt.
I guess
I want my meat sold at Walmart
Jesus.
as deer meat. No, but I saw this other article regarding furries, and holy fuck, it's long. This I thought I would get a shorter edition, because in Oklahoma they have a new rule against furries. And if we can just find a shorter version where I don't have to read like 60 pages of this shit. I just skimmed the top here. In Oklahoma, they don't allow people to dress as furries on school grounds. And that sounds fair to me. What do you think?
You could argue that is just part of the I don't know if this is the right word, but the dress code. The some schools have mandatory school uniforms. I don't know if that applies to America, but a lot of countries has school uniforms. It's like to discourage people and kids for bullying others because they wear different clothes. So you could argue that this goes according to that because we have the school has a certain dress code. You have to wear normal clothes, I guess, or you have to wear a school uniform that is supplied by the school. You could argue that as well, but
Well, no matter. Oklahoma has passed a new law.
Is it in fact passed as fact? This is like
This
set
is-
in stone.
this
This
is
is
fact,
going
yeah.
forth.
There's a
Okay.
lot of articles about this, and it's not as bad as the last thing we showed here. But it prohibits public school students to portray an imaginary animal or animal species, or engage in anthropomorphic behavior, commonly referred to as furries, in schools or curriculum or activities. Offending students would need to be picked up by their parents or guardians, and if their parents or guardians can't, they would call animal control to come get your kid. You can pick them up
Wow.
at the animal shelter or wherever. It's basically the short of it. I tried to
So-
find the article in its.
Is that
in
a
its
fact?
yeah. And I tried to find the like the whole thing, but then again, it was like page upon page upon page about this.
Well,
Uh,
it's calling animal. It sounds like, or even having them removed from class by their parents or guardians, or even animal control. It sounds like an extreme response, but in my white male privileged eyes, it seems like an extreme problem as well, because some people take this to the extreme, and you can't have normal measures against the extreme, because it's just ridiculous. You could argue it disturbs the what's it called, the focus of the class. It like takes the attention away from students being able to like do to study properly, to pay attention to class. If there's a furry like bark, if there's a person dressed as a dog just barking in the middle of the classroom, it's like, what the fuck? It's like, yeah, that's what dogs do. We bark. Woof. And it's like,
Yep.
That's fucking ridiculous. It's like, yeah, people should be able to do what they want to some degree.
To a certain degree, yeah.
To a certain degree. Yeah, this is just, it seems extreme, but extreme circumstances requires extreme measures.
Yeah. But to be fair, though, they do call the parents or legal guardians first. So, yeah. But yeah,
yeah, no, it has gotten to this level because of a reason, and here we are.
here we are. Don't know the exact reason that brought us here, but we are here now. But
Fucking hell.
speaking of fairies and shooting deer men, what's going on in Russia, Björn?
Yeah, a lot of fucking shit is going down in Russia, and there has been this this person who has been a what do they call him? His name is Alexei Navalny, and he has been they call him the leader of the opposition to
Putin.
to Putin
Putin's
in general,
regime.
just his regime, and he has been the front figure of the resistance, the opposition, and so on and so forth.
Basically, he's the leader of the Democrats, if you could like push it that way.
Yes, and this is the same person that in 2020 on a flight he got like almost deathly ill
No,
because and then
poison.
was emergency hospitalized back in Germany because he was on a flight to I don't know the details, but he got deathly ill, was hospitalized in Germany, and they figured he was most likely, with a 90% certainty, he was poisoned by a Russian nerve agent.
In his underwear.
Probably, yeah. So someone had most likely placed a Russian nerve agent in his underwear that, when in contact with his skin, literally was so strong that it almost killed him. So yeah, someone most likely tried to assassinate him, and he's opposing the Russian. He's opposing Putin. So who would have
Putin's
the
regime.
agenda of removing him from? Yeah. So yeah. Here we are. He was hospitalized. He got better. He was brought back to Russia, and he was promptly arrested for opposing Putin. And as of 16th of February, he was now declared dead in prison.
Yeah, he suddenly
And
got
they
ill, I think.
He suddenly got ill. They claim he died of natural causes in prison. And
poison is a natural cause, I guess.
In Russia,
no,
it
you're
is.
wrong.
even falling
in
out of the
Russia,
window in
it's-
Russia, it's a natural cause, I think.
Yeah, witnesses who has been in contact with him as closely as the day before, his lawyer said there didn't seem anything wrong with him the day before, at least, like health wise.
Yeah, well, he recently, I think a week ago, by now, he told people like he wanted all the people of Russia to go against Putin and vote for him or his party at the very least, and go crazy. If everyone just voted not on Putin, that would show Russia that what people really think. He wanted chaos to ensue, was what the media said.
Well,
and shortly after, he's now dead.
with this, now they're allowing people to bring flowers to memorial sites of Alexei, but they are not allowing encouragement to protests and so on. People who protest and are vocal about anything will be promptly arrested as well. So I hope that more and more of the Russian people will have their eyes opened because of all of this shit going
I think many
down.
of them do actually, but they are too scared to say anything or to vote different.
But there are so many people who wholeheartedly believe that Russia is in the right in everything that has gone down.
Yeah, but they have propaganda all over the place, all the time.
Yeah,
And we probably have it to some degree here in the West as well. You don't know, right?
but we can at least believe it's not as extreme. So
The Russians probably believe the same.
maybe.
It's not so extreme here. It's worse over in the West. We've all seen the commercials and what.
Yeah.
Of capitalism!
Yeah. But yeah, it's most certainly a loss for the Russian people, I think. Most of all.
Yeah.
And a victory for Putin.
So I think I can, in the safety of my Norwegian home, say, rest in peace, Alexei Navalny. Maybe I'm butchering his name, but yeah. A trooper fighting the opposition.
Yeah.
Is he not the guy
He's not the guy.
who was going to going against him in the election?
Guy.
Election.
He was the
I don't know. I think Kreml chose the people who are going against Putin.
wow,
this
that's
year.
convenient.
Yeah, isn't it?
That's very convenient.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I think his party was probably there as well, but not with him as leader. And
Holy shit!
what?
No, it's just Russia's authority approves two candidates to stand against Putin in March election. They approve of this election.
Yeah. Good.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, they are not going to win, at least.
No, of course they're approved.
Well,
but before we go on to the last topic, I want to share a couple of pictures. I've shared them on our social medias today, just for fun. They are not new, these pictures, but I think for a laugh. You know weird names?
like locally, we have this local area near where I live where a lot
No,
of
no.
weird names are popping up. But
Unfortunate people names. Like this guy.
What? He
What?
is a doctor, and his name is Wet Farts.
Yeah. But if you don't say it slowly, it would be Dr. Wet Farts.
Okay.
But I have a couple more. We have also this guy. Bernie Porn.
Is his last name literally porn?
It is.
Porn. Bernie Porn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
And the last picture I have here is this guy.
Dick
Sweat.
Dick Sweat, yeah.
Nice.
That's some of the unfortunate names I found today while looking for some content to post on our social medias.
Very well. Are these related to any of the things we've talked about? or
No,
just, funny names?
now I just wanted a laugh.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Because
We-
we're
we
moving
need
on
it.
to another hot topic of fun stuff, I suppose.
Okay, is it as serious as the Russian?
No, this is Tipsy Wednesday. Nothing is serious here.
Okay.
Would you rather? Oh, that's a fun game, though.
Oh.
Would you rather have a vegan son or an OnlyFans daughter?
Vegan son, I guess.
Wow, that also was
No,
quick.
that was quick.
Okay.
Björn?
Okay. So I wanted to ask Junior what his reasoning was because I'm not sure myself. But let's get the answers out first.
If you struggle with this, I think I can give you some pointers. Because if you have an OnlyFans daughter, your family probably don't know. If you have a vegan son, everyone fucking knows.
Mm.
He's the black
But-
sheep of the family.
But what if your family knows?
Yeah, well.
The OnlyFans.
But an OnlyFans, a daughter would earn money, and a son would cost money.
That, yeah, I guess.
I will fight my vegan son and hope to get him to the dark to the light
The
side.
dark
side.
side. Being vegan is the fucking dark side. Yeah, no, Björn is still thinking on this.
No, that's a hard one. It's I don't know. We as white privileged males obviously don't, based on our
Don't approve of veganism.
we don't approve of any of these things. But what's the lesser evil?
What do you mean we don't
Ah.
approve of any of these things? We are trying to establish an OnlyFans ourselves.
But it's
It's just not going anywhere at the moment.
Are we really though? It's
No, it
Um,
kind of stopped up, but I will look
yeah,
into
it kinda
that
halted.
during this weekend. I will, but that aside, no, yeah, I kind of agree with Junior. I think a vegan son would be the most preferable out of the two.
I think that's the. In
You can at
terms
least
of
bring him back.
like in terms of like shame, self-respect, I think it's easier to live with someone with a vegan son, I think,
Mm.
because that's like vegan for the environment and for animal welfare, while
Yeah, and they can they can
OnlyFans.
always change their minds if veganism isn't bringing them where they want. They can always go back to eating meat. While on OnlyFans, while you share your pictures and movies of your Gucci and everything, it will always stay on the internet.
Oh, well, that considering as well, but
Well, so will vegan.
For
It will
for
save-
for this example, let's just say that the son is going to be vegan forever. He's going to just go through his life being a vegan. That's just for this example.
It's impossible.
It's impossible.
Yes.
No.
Yes, it is. It's fucking impossible. Christmas Eve. What do we eat?
Meat. In general, just
Meat.
meat.
Yeah, meat. A lot
different
of it.
varieties of meat.
Yeah. So if my son was
It's,
vegan, I would fucking force feed him meat on Christmas Eve. Because there's no way in hell he's skipping the Christmas dinner.
It's just meat is so engraved in our culture that it's hard to see options, I guess.
Hold on. What if your son makes a whole vegan dinner and you will just force feed him raw pork?
Raw pork?
Raw pork, for fuck's sake.
I don't think
Yeah.
I could
even
force
meat.
feed him pork, but that would be bacon.
Yeah,
If
you
there's
have to
one
force-
thing that can bring people from the dark side over to the light side, it's fucking bacon.
Bacon is fucking nice.
Did you see the Norwegian show? It's old now, with an actor called Atle Antonsen here in Norway, where he is this guy, marriage counselor, where he helps people get together or stick together.
No.
In the series, he's so fucking into bacon. He's eating bacon all the time. He has even paid for a special pig that will be treated very good at the farm and will be fed only the best. And then it will be slaughtered and he will get the bacon from it.
Okay.
But then the doctor says he has to cut down. He can't eat bacon anymore. So he has this lamp with the old thing around the light bulb, the
Heat lamp?
what's it called, the thingy around the lamp, the older ones. You had the plastic thing over the light bulb to not make it as bright.
The screen cover?
Yeah, basically, yeah. So he makes that out of bacon. So when he uses the light and it heats up, he will smell bacon.
Wow.
So the cover around the lamp is made of bacon.
I guess that would be nice the first day, but then it would be like rancid and rotten after a while. So
Perhaps they didn't take that route in the series, but it's an hilarious show.
well, but that's just making fun of the stereotypical meat lover, I guess. So
It's not the main focus of the show, but it's part of it that he really loves bacon.
But I think in this day and age, it would be easier. Not that you could have anything or a lot of impact, but if your son decided to be vegan or your daughter decided to do OnlyFans, in the end, you'll have less and less authority of that decision throughout their throughout them growing up.
There's this old skit from the internet where with the old dialing system, there's two people chatting away with their fucking old webcams, and the girl is about to show the boobs to the guy on his end, and he's really ready to do the thingy, and then both of them has to leave, and then you look at the kitchen table, and the two people meet at the kitchen table, and it turns out it's a brother and a sister. But they didn't know it was each other until they sit down with the table and he sees like her top is the same as on the screen, and she notices his shirt is the same as the one she was about to show the tits to. And you get this really awkward silence. And that could happen on OnlyFans as well, right? If you are one of those who subscribe and what's the word I'm looking for? If you're a simp, and you accidentally find your daughter's OnlyFans, because that happened a while back, where a stepdad was the number one fan of his stepdaughter, right?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah. So what if that happened? What if your daughter did OnlyFans and she didn't show her face, and you're sitting there being her number one fan and fapping off, and then like,
wow, that's fucking
right? So go with the vegan son.
Just in case you are an OnlyFans subscriber.
If you're a simp,
Do you think
watch out.
that is that the main reason though? Is that the main reason though?
Maybe not the main reason, but it's a
maybe-
reason. It's a reason.
Maybe it's a million, a shot in a million. It's, one in a million. That's how we say it.
Yeah. But it has happened before, right? So
It has happened. But I think more so it's the fact that your grown-up daughter has decided to sell herself on the internet. It's
Yeah, but
that's,
I have to say, imagining her making 10 times the wage of you.
That could very well happen.
Yeah, and
That's-
she's driving in her fucking Lambo.
does money mean everything though?
No, but
A lot of people have
yeah.
turned down a lot of money for to maintain their self-respect and dignity.
Yeah, but you don't
yeah.
have a Lambo.
Yeah, no. But a
So
lot of
Björn,
people who has Lambo doesn't have self-respect and has sold themselves out and are, yeah.
Björn, if
So
you had
that-
huge fucking tits, would you show
If
them off
I-
for money on OnlyFans?
No, I think I would have too much self-respect and dignity to do any of the sort.
But if you had tits and you game a lot, you would be an e-girl. I'm fucking sure of it.
That would be kind of selling myself out
You
for
didn't have to do lewd
attention.
stuff. You could just be a pretty girl gaming, and you would still
Yeah,
get a lot of
and
subscribers.
those girls that are gaming are a lot more popular than the general guy who is gaming.
Yeah.
Just in average.
But on
you
average,
see
there are
them-
more guys gaming than girls. as
In
well.
average, but they have way less viewers until except for the ones that are at the very top of their game.
So just get peak.
Yeah.
Just get
Peak
get
performance.
best, just get better. Get
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, just
Get good, get good, be the best.
No, just good. You have to be the best.
Yeah.
The best of the best of the best, sir.
You want to be the best?
that ever was.
Like no one ever was.
Yeah. And on that bombshell,
Yeah.
we will end this episode. Thank you for listening to this actually kind of funny episode, I would dare to say. So yeah, check out our social medias, support us in the link below, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Bye.
Adios.
Goodbye.